Hello everyone and welcome to the show. Now, I am a big fan of Scalextric, and in fact, I have got quite a lot of it. I can build quite fancy layouts. I can't show you very well, I'm not doing a very good job of filming, but this is a circuit that I have built in my living room. It's about as big a circuit, about as fancy a circuit as I can get away with in this house at the moment. So, yeah, I set about building this track, and we were going to have the filming crew over for a little bit of a party, and while here, we decided to run a Scalextric tournament.
Completely forgot that you'd gone past me.
Go on then. That's an amazing start.
We're protected, we're safe. We're behind the barriers. Thanks, Mumpy. Yeah.
It's always in the first place.
Oh, no, I'm stuck. It's going badly already.
Oh, you've got plenty of time.
Yeah, it's me as well.
Yeah, I'm consistently getting stuck.
Well, we were off to a predictable, let's face it, FailRace start. But this is a twisty technical circuit. Mistakes were very, very easy to be making. So we had, plenty of marshals around the place trying to keep the cars on the circuit. With Mute having similar issues with the McLaren and everything getting stuck.
The problem is that Glissu's got a bet on this race.
Outside of Gliska's best efforts to try and slow down the Mercedes, Liam was doing pretty well. The McLaren was having issues on the bridge, and this is something that we did come up against a fair bit as it went through, with some of the very, very low cars, and the elevation changes, just working with the space that I had to make the circuit. They did have issues keeping all the wheels and the contacts on the ground.
So that, they're all 10 seconds long. All filming
Oh, just deja vu. I've been. Why does that car just want to drift everywhere?
I think what it is the magnet's so strong on the Merc, when it slaps, it gets stuck on the other line.
Wait, how did this happen? Change track. Someone change track.
Get out of the way! I'm an angry Mercedes rider. I own these roads.
Oh, there's a traffic jam.
See, Mute was nice and waited.
That corner is killing my
McLaren doesn't like it.
technical help.
How many laps do we have?
He can help you. I don't know
I'm
anything, so you keep going until it stops.
What if it forgets to stop? I'm just here 3 hours later and they're still going on.
The longest 30 laps of my life.
I reckon you've got a couple more.
They definitely have more. Yay!
Wait.
I think it was Mute's car finishing. That's great. So that was Mute's 30th lap.
Oh, and it just let Liam carry on past his 30th.
So we have no idea.
Well done. Everyone is okay.
I'm pretty sure Liam won. Fairly sure.
It is ready to go. Now, for our second round, we would have Ewan up against Joe. Now, I should point out, the Dodge Monaco, Lado bought for this to take part. Now, Monaco, Blues Brothers Monaco, is quite tall. In fact, it is so tall, it didn't fit around the circuit. This is one of the problems we were having, is we had to modify the bridge. We had to make the bridge taller so that the Monaco could fit underneath it. It was also a very oversteery car. In fact, it was one of the most relatively fast, but it was very slight. In fact, it was very Blues Brothers-y. It liked to slide around the corners quite a lot. But yeah, part of the issues we had with the track was to accommodate the very, very tall Monaco. Now, the Mustang, that thing is mighty fast. Of my cars, the Mustang is a very, very quick vehicle, and Ewan did bully Joe a little bit in all of this. The Monaco was one of the tougher vehicles. It liked to slide around. It was very, you like to slide around, it was very easy to catch. It did sometimes get in the way. Joe was having problems keeping the vehicle on the circuit. Joe explored many many different parts of the track, the outsides, the insides, just bits where probably wasn't particularly helpful for a Scalextric's car to go while Ewan was just driving around with the Mustang.
Sabotage!
Drive community for you, I think because of that.
Ewan is absolutely bombing it around.
You're staying on the track. I am, in my mind. How do you know that? Yeah. No! Just broke it down! Bloody Christ! It's a dodge. Oh! Go!
And while the poor Mustang was the first car to find its way onto the floor, courtesy of the Dodge, it wasn't going to make much of a difference in the grand scheme of things. Hasty track repairs were being done at various intervals. Joe managing to take out one of the bridge supports was not quite so helpful. Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, Joe had far too many offs. It would be Ewan that would take victory with the Mustang. And the Mustang was proving a very fast competitor.
Okay. Joe.
Right, you ready?
Joe.
Alright,
The camera was just entirely your back.
Oh, hello. Does that mean he's not coming on there? You've broken it! You
Disqualified.
Is it one twisted? The bottom?
What have you done?
Not even lap one, corner one! You know what's ever gone off there?
Yeah, look, you actually bent the hole. It's all come off.
Only brains
Haven't.
and miscreants. It's good to say there's still between us and charitable and He's just hot lapping and Brazen fell off a cliff.
No charitability in motorsport. Yeah, that's gone. I can fix it, but I can't fix it right now. I mean, I can give you a different car.
Oh, mate, I just realised I'm not recording.
Take the Bluesmobile. Come on back.
Your punishment. The punishment car if you beat it. Wait, hold on. I don't know what the Bluesmobile is.
Yes, George, that's the punishment.
No! The punishment car is like if you beans it as the Bluesmobile.
We've got the bridge. We've got the bridge. I've clicked it back in.
Oh, you clicked it back in? Has he got it back?
Right, don't crash on corner one this time.
Hold on, let's go signal out.
I wouldn't do that.
It's working!
Fixer of the Back from the dead!
Right, so what I'm going to do is bring it round.
Don't you worry. Don't you worry.
Every time!
Oh!
I'm just going to leave you the space. A little bit.
I'd quite like to murder you if you go on like the outside.
This one is going to be careful.
There's a race.
Oh, it's a good race.
Dale saved it.
Yes. He would be smiling.
There's a dark button there.
No one's allowed.
Come on, save it! My front wheel drive Camaro. Easy game. I'm just going to wait for you to crash and then pass you. I crash.
Trying not to crash is a good plan, unless you are.
Can't wait till I hit danger man space.
I feel like I could probably jump it off the bridge into danger man space.
Oh!
Just off there.
Yeah, exactly.
Take the barriers out.
That's the marker to be
If I was losing by a long way, I would.
But you are currently winning, so...
What are you doing?
What a strategy! See, I'm in first place, you see. I'm defending my position. Oh, you can't overtake me.
It's distracting, you might have worked.
There you see.
Catching rockets now.
Big comeback.
It's getting faster.
Excuse me. Back my cause. Yes. Yes. No.
Oh, nice.
Dale, what are you doing?
Continental drift on the corners.
No.
If the whole track collapses, what's the rule in?
What's that game where the track there's like earthquakes and stuff?
A motorstorm or something.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Like the handling of my Camaro says my crash hasn't.
Have you not put code on the rear tyres?
No, I've not done that. No, I've used it.
I'm waiting for one to get professionally repaired that razors by a mechanic. Oh!
Unforgivable.
Come on, Liam.
Get us push.
Amazingly, somehow the Camaro was surviving its way to the end of the race. It wasn't the grippiest of cars, but it was making it round, although it wasn't really... It was a very funny race. It wasn't really the closest of races that we had ever had. Also, Joe was terrible at trying to take pictures of cars.
Come here.
Why is it not working? Oh, I set it to 16 seconds.
Oh, fuck it.
You know, you don't get to 12. Got a picture. Take a video. Pause it when there's a car in front. There's no fun in that. That doesn't take skill.
Run away.
Who won?
You will do some of the racing.
I will be more committed now.
Why is it not charging now?
Every time.
Danger man. I wonder if people watching this. If you didn't crash, I wouldn't have people me. Don't shout at me. That doesn't sound very
Yeah, something sounds a bit broken, but the Mustang's breaking down. Keep going, keep going.
It's a V7.
I wouldn't make a jump at them.
Once again, unsurprisingly, there was a crash at the first corner, and this led to a funny-sounding Mustang. It wasn't really slowing it down, it didn't really have much of an effect on the car, but it was, making odd noises. We also installed a barrier, so we stopped taking out the bridge support if cars fell off at one particular corner.
Tell you what, this has been the most composed race I've seen.
But yeah, outside the start, it has calmed down.
I don't know if it's been quick.
Oh dear.
The concentration.
You was Chris in the lead there? No, I'm a lap ahead.
Go fast and Craig.
I am fast. I'm a lap ahead of him.
Oh, you're a lap ahead.
Nice block and takeout.
Just want to catch up a lap. That's all, Craig.
Despite the funny noises, the Mustang proved to be pretty damn fast, and we saw the starting of silly lane changey nonsense, but it'd been a close race. It had been quite a composed race, but the Mustang was too fast. Crane would take victory.
And they just went plugged it in the wall.
And they're away.
Every time!
Can anybody do
You would help me!
At some point, someone was going to get around the first corner without a matter. I wasn't thinking the first corner was going to be a particularly tough one when I built this circuit, but how wrong I was.
Just see everyone in the room.
Help me! So steward over there. He's a bit drunk.
It's the drunk steward.
The steward was unfortunately dropped as a child.
It wouldn't go in.
Would you be alright if there was no wall there? For now.
No pressure.
Stay drunk!
I was being spoken to. That's distraction.
They were that was flying. F1 breaks down every
It loses connection here for some reason.
Yeah.
If you stop crashing, you won't need it no more.
Put me on the right track!
So things were going, I mean, as expected. I know the pink McLaren is mighty fast. I think there's few too many mistakes trying to catch up after a poor start was causing it issues.
That was crazy.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
My reaction to that
It took a year to react.
What if there was talking? There was a problem.
What if both people that win are both in the blue?
Creatine usually.
Neither of us can use
I mean, I can go in a different car.
Actually, that's
So.
a good idea.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Yeah, that'd be fun. Oh,
Aston is insanely oversteering. Is what I found.
Yeah.
Thank you! No!
I can't reach. After you, now. After you. I can't reach over there. I was just saying.
There's a lot of stuff happening.
You say that as if you're doing any better.
I haven't crashed once.
there we go. It is victory to Hyper.
Bumpy, you get that area and this corner,
this bend.
and this section, and then Crane can get this.
Oh my god, they got
Oh, they're off. What is this? This is Rusky versus Drunk Danger Man.
Yes, the GT14.
Drunker Man 8000.
Ford GT driven by Rusty, Aston driven by Donker Man.
There you go, Alex has got his audio sword. I'm just doing it for you.
Should we say something interesting?
Absolutely not. It's not my video.
Well, after the useless commentary from Amy and Crane, we would have this is an interesting matchup. Rusky is driving one of the most difficult cars I have in this lot. The Ford GT is monstrously fast in a straight line. It is not very good. It doesn't have very much grip in the corners. You have got to be mighty, mighty careful with it. It is incredibly, incredibly difficult, but insanely fast. And Rusky was doing a fantastic job to start off with this one. Managed to lead away and, yeah, in general, had been doing really well. The problem is that you just simply couldn't go particularly fast with the Ford because it just had no rear-end grip. It was going to have all sorts of problems. Danger Man would close and then make a couple of mistakes. And for now, the Ford was holding on, although another off would start to tell.
We had corner marshal on that side.
Bumpy got to clean the floor!
It's okay.
Yeah, exactly. We're feeling the Bumpy cleaning the floor. There's a race going on somewhere here.
Where's the rear wing?
No, Danger was a lap. Taking the lead, side by side. On the same lap. Oh, crash.
It had actually been a remarkably close race between the pair of them. In the end, the Aston was just too fast. Rusky made a few too many mistakes and couldn't quite hold on with the Ford.
Right over. It's more like a mountain for this scale. Bit small.
The barrier's broken.
I could drink! He's drinking and driving. Amazing. I really hope Lado wins. Oh. Lado's winning, I know, it's shocking. You're literally off.
Is it racing?
No. No! Alex cheated.
I didn't know such thing.
You're certainly driving it like a muscle car.
I had opted to be sensible off the start. We made it through the first corner without a big crash and just tried to be as consistent as possible with the Merc.
So rude.
I reckon I've won this.
Oh yeah. So many laps
It's in the
ahead.
bag. I reckon it's close.
It's in the wall, sorry.
Close for a while at the start. It was a really good race.
You keep falling off the track, so I'm trying to get back on.
Sorry.
I am a
Don't worry, Bumpy, you're up against Alex soon. Well done, Lado, for winning.
Good race, isn't it?
Yeah, I came off and then that was it.
Yeah, what's not going wrong?
And immediately everyone's like,
Oh, for goodness sake. This track is so deteriorating.
Yeah, it is. We got unfavourable conditions.
This is like
Whenever anyone touches the table, I'll crack shit. So slightly.
and that one.
And that one as well.
Now, as much as I love the Skyline model, it's one of my favourite cars I have, the track was proving a bit of a problem. In fact, I have a Ford DPI car as well that suffers the same thing, they're just too low. They're actually so low on this track with it being a bit bumpy, and it had to be a bit bumpy to fit, not just because Bumpy was racing here, but to fit the Monaco around it. Some of the elevation changes were just a bit too much for the Skyline, and it kept bottoming out. It proved to be a problem. The track, there was a lot of hasty maintenance going on while the race was happening in this, but the Skyline was having a real tough time. The Camaro, very forgiving when it slid around most of the time. You could still crash it though.
Oh! What a lame change!
Didn't know you could do that.
I think that's in the rule book. It just comes out the track.
Yeah. Skyline's too low.
Let's get these springs in it.
There we go.
Sambuca tastes terrible. That's a good point.
Liam.
Yeah, I was ready.
Okay.
I was actually ready.
There we go, yeah, we are very,
What is this? This is Ewan and Liam. Okay.
Liam, Ewan, and then and. Oh, a single and a more.
Sound healthy.
So bad. Less and less.
It doesn't seem to have slowed it down though.
Something's clicking.
The motor.
It sounds like Bumpy's ball.
The V7 motor.
I'm sure it's doing some excellent fuel efficiency.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure.
It was actually a pretty damn close race, this one, between Liam and Ewan. While the Mustang was continuing to make horrific noises, it was still pretty damn rapid. Ewan did fall behind a little bit early on and was trying to push to catch up. And this is something we saw. It's really difficult to catch up if you had a bit of an iffy start.
Oh, quick.
I wish my Nissan would sound as well as these.
Yeah.
Well, I actually put magnets in my Nissan.
My Camaro couldn't do this either.
Ah, well done, Liam.
Good race.
That was
It was a good race.
What's that? 1, 2, 4.
Yes, so I'm going to have to do some scummy tactics here to keep that Mustang behind me.
You are going to get pushed off.
Ray, just back off and ram him. Just back off and ram him.
I'm pushing him. He's not doing it.
I see the tactics going on. The crowd went wild.
good tactics.
He's catching me.
No pressure, Stinty. Come on, Stinty, no pressure. Oh!
Game.
Oh! It's like that.
He's angry.
Stinty with an equally good manoeuvre.
Oh, you both. Trey was quicker.
Well, of course, Trey wasn't going to put the other kid. That was very smart.
All Crane has to do is not crack. Never mind.
All Crane has to do is not crash again.
Yeah. All Crane has to do is not crash. Well done.
It doesn't sound well, does it?
I mean, I think that sounds realistic of what a vehicle like that would be sounding like.
Yeah, if a real,
It is if you mostly cheated.
if a real life version of that was driven this hard, it probably would end up sounding like that.
I don't like this line. I don't like it on the inside here. It doesn't really go
I
around.
know.
It's difficult to get around.
You're about to get lapped by Crane.
I know.
Stinty instantly floored it.
Yeah.
It's a psychological game.
Yeah.
It's broken.
He's caught back out. He's pushed him out of the way. Stinty takes the lead.
It's just sticking with a pile of broken bits.
I don't even know where he's come off. This is the front bumper.
Here's the front bumper, yeah.
Crane can't get it back.
It sounded better.
Just needed a good old whack.
Yeah, just throw it on the floor.
Yeah, maybe that was like hitting me at the bodywork or something. As it goes.
Dragging along. Well done for knocking it off.
Only meant to do that. Only
He's catching back up.
This is how close it is. Dash cameras.
And we're back to this game again.
Just Chris threw it on the floor.
Lots of Wilson now. I don't think Stinty needs any throttle here. Oh! Oh, he's right back. Oh!
I'm putting you on the other side.
Oh, Crane, no. Not like this.
Oh no, calm down. How long is the side?
I've got to change back.
Oh, no! This could be a hit.
I think that is it.
Oh, no.
You never know, there might be a 20.
Oh, I have no idea how many laps are on.
I'm supposed to see this location every episode. Everyone is okay.
Oh.
This is a new episode.
Cam video.
They're gapping wide in it.
Whoa, he says that. Oh, no.
Yo-yo.
Oh,
It's been mixed emotions, I think.
this has definitely been the closest. Oh, no.
Or maybe I hate it.
I think it's one lap left.
Well, now we know.
And it's done. Never mind, ignore me.
If I murder him enough when he tries to lap me.
That's you.
What? What was that?
Like that.
Oh, that was
We
an
need to
adventure.
handicap Crane harder. Leave his car on the floor for longer next time.
Is it the front
Well, one of the lights has come out.
Oh, for God's sake!
Oh, there it is.
I'm going to have to email Scalextric saying, can you send some replacement cars, please? These have been smashed.
I think it's that.
Oh,
What? No. Oh wait, no.
Oh, it's quite quick. Why has he got grass on that? It's only got that there as well now.
Well, the races were gradually getting cleaner and a bit more sensible if we ignore Stinty trying to come up with some crazy tactics. The Mercedes versus Aston Martin actually proved to be, it wasn't crazy close in terms of overtaking constantly. There was just a lot of, they sort of stayed at about a similar distance, they got into about a similar amount of trouble, and kind of stayed at this sort of gap with Liam able to just keep the Merc ahead for the moment, and we were getting a bit more efficient at, recovering the stricken cars. I mean, we sort of knew roughly where they were likely to be, pinging off as they were pushing hard.
Is that when it goes, it just loses so much time?
What happens?
Yeah, the second they go sideways, you lose a bunch of time.
Oh no!
I especially have to be the lap down. You're facing the wrong way completely than I on the bridge.
Oh no! Help!
The pressure's getting to him. And you.
Could be only 2 laps left.
Yeah, the wing on the Merc seems to pop out sometimes.
That's back and forth every time.
Well, it's such a crap that there's no not even a lap.
Yeah. Well done,
That's literally the distance.
Yeah.
There's no lap. So I was like, I wanted to get it done quick in case.
I'm ready now.
Everyone is okay.
Let's survive turn 1.
So we take a break from this important race to have an interview with the Christopher Mackey. Now, what are you drinking today?
This isn't mine.
Wow! It landed on his feet again. I see the sweat pouring off your forehead. Oh no! He said it.
We of course had to have a proper Bumpy oh no while doing this. Unfortunately for Bumpy with that Camaro, while the Camaro is a fast car, it was one of the more forgiving vehicles if it got sideways, was struggling to quite keep up with the Mercedes. I mean, I was preferring this outside line. I think the outside line at the hairpins was a little bit of a faster way to go. You'd be on a bit of an awkward line, and you could still certainly get in trouble in places, as we both managed to get a little bit stuck. But you could just carry more speed around the outside of the hairpins, and you'd have to be a little bit slow around the first section. But it was generally doing the job for me and for most people settled on that line. And in the closing stages of the race, I was able to just be a little bit careful. We tried to go for the glory of an overtake, but it didn't matter. We would take victory. We would eliminate Bumpy. We would march on though to the semi-finals.
You get into the going position.
That's only hurting. Oh! Wait!
Why did that stop him? Impressive.
Greg, you think clever about guy who checked his his bike? I would not want to be on the side.
Greg went straight away into Liam's lane.
Yeah.
I would not want to be on the side of the children's tire. No. That's like
Unlapped.
You've seen the reaction from the
oh no.
Oh, the second
What is happening then?
The second
There were 2 people with 0 brain in that. He's going to message. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was
Second lap. The barrier's gone there as well.
Liam had put up a good fight in this one, but in the end just could not quite keep up with Crane, couldn't match the pace of the Mustang, and while they fought with a bit of a lap down, it was not going to be enough.
Crane just took a big breath. It's nice he's ever concentrated.
That is most concentration.
Yeah.
So, whoever wins this,
we can use the Merc, yeah.
I think the Merc is
yes,
really dying.
Right, you ready? It's time!
I'm just chucking it in the bag.
yeah, I'm recording by the way, so I can't do any of the.
It's just you on this side.
That's fine. There you go. I'll try again.
Now, it had not been a particularly good start for me with the McLaren. We both, of course, had to swap cars because we'd both been running the Mercedes up until now, so to keep it fair, we could pick whatever one we wanted. I opted to go for the McLaren because I knew the amount of speed that this car was capable of, but there was a learning period. I mean, I had to learn the grip of the McLaren and all of that. Hyper had to equally learn the Mustang, having not driven that one, which, yeah, took a few laps and a few too many mistakes, and I went into hunting down mode to go and chase the Mustang, essentially, with trying to do as few mistakes as possible, but still getting in trouble.
I presume Alex is probably in the lead.
No, I think
Just in the lead.
now Alex is in front.
No. Hyper's in front. Alex is in front. Hyper, spin out.
Hyper's pushing.
Oh! He was on brand, but it was still uncalled for.
Almost an accident.
It was a roll on run.
It's true.
Is this the final semi-final?
Semi-final.
The final. Or is there another semi-final after this?
We're on the same track now.
Oh, well done, Hyper. Well done.
Who won? I won. Oh, you won. Oh, good race. That was hard work, that one. That was a good one.
So let's point out, if you do lose, you've lost to a guy that takes pictures of toy dinosaurs.
And train.
I'm trained.
I would more go with the person who has the lowest win streak in out of all of us.
Oh, I don't know.
Have you won a film race? We filmed one. Okay.
This is going to be the fastest ever win in Selma.
Yeah.
It's like real life event we've ever done.
Right,
you ready? Nope. Good. I'll leave it.
So ready for crazy.
I won't go. I'd love it. Like the underdog story.
Yeah, so he'll just. Creighton has been sandbagging in online racing for years, just for this moment.
You can tell he's going to try hard. He's already blocked out.
It's the crane switching track thing that he does.
We should have one of those giant mittens. I love those.
Yeah, what do you want?
It was nice having the support of the filming crew when we go into this, but yeah, it was. It was a close start. Again, I was happy to sort of follow, make sure I didn't do anything stupid. Got to the preferred lane and had the lead over the Mustang, but it certainly wasn't. It wasn't going away. I knew this was going to be a tough race. The Mustang had been fast, Crane had been fast with it, so it was going to be a case of try and make as fewer mistakes as possible.
Absolutely.
It's fine. He's only just behind. Right, get it on. Get it on.
We were once again seeing once you fall like half a lap behind, you try and overdrive, and then you lose an awful lot more time. Crane was also running on the different lane, which didn't work for me, but they were still getting some speed.
Oh! Great tactics.
Oh, it was the white lorry. So Creighton was one lap down now, right?
Yeah, he's.
I don't overtake Alex twice.
They had to stop to
Oh.
We're back here. God, Alex, sound white six. Possibly back by 17%.
Oh, we can do it.
I might have been looking for a second lap on Crane, but we were still having. It was actually still quite a good fun race, sort of fun battling for position. You can see if Crane got things right with the Mustang, it could certainly lap very, very quickly. At this point, I was being a little bit more cautious. There was a bit more of an element of just don't fall off the track, don't do too much more stupid. Although that's it's much easier said than done when you're working with very fine margins with these. It is still easy to make the big mistakes. Although they were as long as I didn't fling my car off the track, unlikely to be too costly.
Oh. Come on, Crane, make the time up. Oh. Oh. Are you still up ahead, Alex?
Yeah, you fell up there.
You can see that.
Oh.
Mercedes is broken down.
Oh, this bridge is going to fall over.
Mercedes is doing traditional German carnage and breaking down.
Random breakdowns.
It's realistic.
You're not on the track yet.
Crazy lead.
Good race.
Reggie's guy just puts his hands behind.
It's almost streamlined.
Almost as if this is
I didn't beat out. However, all of them lost to me, so like I count that as a win.
I lost. I mean, you pushed that one hard for a long time in that race as
So
well.
what have we actually lost off?
So bits, mostly has lost this.
That's from
Poor Camaro.
Mustang. That's from
Mustang's lost a bit of bumper.
Escalate a bumper.
Hyper broke the McLaren and the Mercedes.
How do you get the hands on that one?
I think the Mustang also lost a bit of